Good morning. This is Sun Mushy, and I feel like I should update you guys. Let me try to. There we go. I don't know. My screen brightness is low, so I can't tell how good the brightness is. But I should probably update you guys because I received a lot of support on this channel, and I wanted to thank you all for all the kind words you said about the job thing that was coming up yesterday. At this point, I don't think I uploaded any videos yesterday because I was doing training from like 11 to 6:30, and so I like set an alarm for 7 o'clock, and I like got up early, and I was like, ooh, here I go, and I was like all certain, and I went there, and sure enough, at the job training, surrounded by me, there was a bunch of flyers or like papers taped up on the wall, like a bunch of inspirational words like "You are more than you know," "Fear is just an illusion," like "Don't look back, you're not going that way." Like a lot of like cool things that were very inspirational. I was like, whoa, these people know how to motivate. Like this management is pretty good. But by the end of it, I was just realizing like, man, this job is not for me. I was like, no matter how great this is, like, okay, Cutco, these knives really are like the best. Like they like quite literally are the best knives in the world. Like I saw it, like I tried the knife, like great, like it's true. And like the manager, he's really cool, like, and all the people I was with, they're all super nice. Like everything was perfect except for the part where it's still like sales, and it's still like you have to go reach out to people and like at first I thought I was worried because like, oh, people I know, they're not gonna buy these knives, and then I find out, yeah, actually they will, and then like, oh, maybe I can't come up with the connections, and then throughout I was like, okay, I have way less connections than everyone here, but wait, yes I can, and yeah, those people would give me more connections. The thing that I realized is like, I don't like any of these connections. They're all, so you have to like contact people who are 30 and older, own a home, and are married, and like you're supposed to not take no for an answer, essentially, in like a very nice way, like all this stuff. So it's like this company, like Cutco, like the knives, like or I guess it's a Vector, but it's really cool because they're like, we just want you to be yourself, like authentic and stuff, like, but stick to the script. And so like I'm really bad at sticking to scripts. Even when I write them for myself, like I'm just really bad at it. And they were saying like, trust us, like you could try to come up with something, but these scripts are the best, they're impenetrable. And it's like, I believe them, like, like I already know that, but that's just like, it just never works for me. What works for me is if I'm like, hey guys, it's Sun, like, you want to learn about knives? And they'll be like, no. And I'll be like, oh, okay. And then like 3 weeks later we talk, and I would tell them like, oh, I was just trying to do this thing, and then they get interested, or they don't, it's like, basically, like, I'm a big fan of the no word. Like, I don't know, I learned like with sales, like, you're not really supposed to take no for an answer, but like, I'm like a big like free will yes or no person. Like the moment I hear a no, I'll just be like, oh, okay, and then like move on. But like when you hear that on the phone, then the script, you're like, oh, does the next day work for you? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, how about the next day? Like you're supposed to like keep pushing for it. So really, like, honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about Cutco other than just like myself, and like it's just not for me, for where I am on the journey right now, like in my life. And I loved the experience, I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely loved all of what I was like learning about in terms of life. I was learning like, okay, am I scared of this because I don't have the confidence, or am I intuitively figuring out this isn't my path and I'm trying to be somebody that I'm not? And by the end of the training, I really figured that out, because it got to the part where we were supposed to just start calling people, and I was looking at my contacts, and I was like, this isn't gonna, like, I don't know who I can call. But I started calling, and I was like, wait a second, I do know who I can call. I can call people, like, you like edge your way in. I don't know, I just started getting it. I was like, okay, actually I do have the confidence. Actually I am great. Like, I'm awesome. I was like, wait a second, I realized why I feel like Cutco wants me. It's like, I think they see it too. I think they're like, this guy's great. And I'm like, you know what? I am great. Like, they were right. All that happened was my confidence simply grew as I went on and continued with the training and just really with the experience. Like, as I continued on, listened to the manager guy. For some reason, I don't want to say names because I'm like, oh, confidentiality. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. But, like, he's really cool. And, like, all the people I would be working with, they were really cool. But, like, that was the other thing. Like, we simply have, like, nothing in common. Like, these people were really cool. I was like, oh, what are you guys into? And they're like, oh, you know, cars, sports. Like, a list of things that I'm just, like, no interest in. Also, another thing, a big function of motivation for this company, for the whole thing, is competition. And I'm, like, anti-competition. I'm not anti-competition, but I am. Like, I'm pretty opposite to that. Like, I'm like, ooh, these motivation techniques don't really work for me at all. They're like, oh, the person who gets the most appointments today, or gets 10, gets $20 right now. And I'm just like, ooh, I don't care. Like, I'm like, I don't even really, like, I care about money, but, like, you know, I want money to buy fluoride-free toothpaste, to buy the giveaway gifts. By the way, like, I considered, I was like, ooh, guys, like, I quit this job, so, I don't know, giveaway's extended, but nah, I'm still gonna go with it, because, like, I have credit cards, and, you know, like, some good opportunities came up right after, and I'll explain those in a bit, so you guys don't freak out and be like, oh no, son's finances. Nah, it's good. Yeah, there's just a lot of reasons for me not to take the job. Also, you're supposed to drive to the houses to do the Cutco demonstration. You're supposed to bring your own fruit and cut it and stuff. And I was just like, what happens to the fruit afterwards? I'm like, I can't eat all that fruit. And am I going to expect the people I'm demonstrating for to eat all that fruit? So I was like, I'm pretty anti-food waste. So, like, I don't know how that part would work. And then the car thing, my car happened to break just a few days before, and so I took my mom's car to the training, and so, like, that was another, like, coincidence that I was just like, nah, synchronicity, like, sign, like, I can't even do this, like, meeting with people that fluently, because my mom has a bunch of, like, doctor visits to go to, so, like, I can't just take her car whenever, and, like, schedule appointments, not knowing her schedule. So, like, the best answer is, like, wait for my car to be fixed. But, like, Cutco, like, they want you to go fast. Like, we were setting up appointments for, like, today, like, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday. And then, like, when Monday rolls around, start scheduling for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, it's very, like, setting up schedules fast. And it's, like, I'm the opposite of that. I'm like, oh, do you want to meet up this week or in 2019? And then my friends are like, maybe 2020. Like, we're all pretty relaxed, like, with our schedules. So, like, Cutco is the opposite of what I wanted. And, you know, another part of my, like, fear / intuition, like, trying to figure that out, I was like, am I trying to be, like, I was like, well, like, you know, this could be for me. Maybe this is what my next step is. Like, maybe I just don't think so. Like, this is going to make me a lot of money, which is true. Like, this was a very beneficial, like, opportunity, like, financials wise, and, like, learning to be a leader wise. But by the end of it, I realized, hold on, I already am a leader. I've got this YouTube channel, and I can call the people that I want to call. Like, being a leader doesn't mean, like, being able to talk to anybody. I learned that. Being a leader means talking to the people that you want to talk to, that you, like, care to talk to, that care to listen. Like, you realize, like, you can't lead people who don't like you. You can't lead, well, you can, but you can't lead people who don't want to follow, or don't want to, like, be led, or be, like, inspired, etc., etc. And, like, all the people on my list are all people who would, like, not, like, I'm a big fan of, like, equality, but this is a list of people that would definitely just, like, look down on me, and they'd, like, just nod and smile, like, oh my god, he's so cute giving a presentation. Like, who am I leading in this position? Other than my coworkers and this manager guy, like, I'd be a really good leader for the people around me. I saw that, and so in the last 30-40 minutes of training, I walked up to the manager guy, and I was like, hey, so-and-so, again, for some reason, I don't want to, like, make him uncomfortable and say his name online. even though like these are all social people. But anyways, I was like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I really don't think I'm cut out for this job. No pun intended. And he was like, oh, why don't you wait through the training and talk to me afterwards? And I was like, yeah, okay. And so I sat down and kept thinking more, and I was like, maybe I should stick with this. And I started asking people who know me really well, my oldest sister, who loves business, who I thought would be a very strong advocate for this kind of thing, like, because that's her whole thing. But I was like, Sissy, I can't tell if this is my fear or my intuition. And she was like, she just said real quick, she was like, I think it's your intuition. And I was like, shit. She's right. And some other people who are very intuitive, they all like said similar supportive things in different ways, and like, whatever you do, we support you. And I was just like, that's right. Like, just do what I feel is right, and this doesn't feel right. And then in the last 30 minutes, like, there's this other guy. Again, for some reason, I don't want to say his name, but like, I don't know, he was getting real stumped that he wasn't getting a bunch of appointments in. But he already, on the board, like, I already saw he got 4, and I was like, 4 is way better than none. Because on the board, mine had none on it, like, I didn't get anybody. Though, I did actually, but I just didn't say anything, because, I don't know, I was like, I think I'm going to cancel these appointments, because I don't think I'm going to do this, you know? So, like, why even get them up on the board when they're fake numbers? And, like, that's also why I stopped calling so quickly. I was like, okay, well, I stopped calling because I was like, oh, most of the people on this list kind of don't like me. They're all like my mom's friends. But other than that, I was like, all the people on this list that I would get appointments with, it's like, why do that if I'm going to quit soon? Like, if I'm going to cancel all these appointments? Because I just had a feeling. I was like, wait a second, this isn't my future. This isn't the path for me right this moment. You know, maybe I'll be more of a salesman type person, or like need those kinds of financials in the future. But for now, I really don't think so. I sure hope the manager guy comes along my path someday, and like I've figured things out, or maybe I do want to work there, though I'm becoming more and more certain I don't in the future either. But you know, the future's always changing. But like, I really do hope that those people just somehow come along my path, so I can just kind of like see how they're doing, and like, you know, just see how they're doing. Like, I don't know. Oh yeah, I only have one hand. I don't know. I was gonna like put my hands together, but like, I hope universe like guide them to the highest form of success or something. I don't know. Positive energy. They were really cool people. But this is supposed to be a reading video, but I just used up most of my storage space. So, because I thought I was just gonna talk for like a minute and be like, okay, let's go over here and do a reading. By the way, guys, I got a new deck. Hold on. So it's I can't read backwards, and it shows it backwards until I upload. The Psychic Tarot for the Heart by Oracle deck by John Holland. So it's really cool. It's very much like a tarot deck. Like, they're like, oh, this card is the Justice card. This card is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the 5 of Cups. But like a few differences. They only go 1 through 9 because, you know, as you guys probably know, 10 is the same thing as 1. And then they don't do like Page, Knight, Queen, or King of any of the suits. So like there's 65 cards, because when you subtract 5 from each of the 4 groups, that's 20. So instead of 78, that's 58. And then where they get 65 is by adding the 7 chakras. So 58 plus 7 is 65. So that's why there's 65 cards in this deck. And it basically uses all the tarot except for the 4, the Page, Knight, Queen, and King, and then the 10, because 10 is 1. So like, yeah. So it's pretty cool, and I really like the deck. I've used it 2 times now. One for a personal reading for someone on my channel who's super cool. I'd give a shout out, but I don't know if they would like that. But I would like that, but that's okay. But at the same time, when I hear shout outs about me, I'm like, like, stop, like, too amazing. There's some stories, but if I were to explain the stories, then you guys would probably, like, look into it, and I don't know, I'm too shy. Like, as of right now, I'm too shy to talk about this one thing that got like publicly recognized, and it was like amazing. And the moment I found out it was about me, like, I had to pause the video and I was like freaking out, and then I resumed and like listened to the rest of the video, and I was just like, oh, this is so amazing. And the comments and like, I don't know. Anyways, what am I freaking out about? Okay, the deck, the tarot, this new deck. Anyways, I'm gonna do a reading really soon. Also, like, that means today I don't have training, and it's 10:30 a.m. I would have been at training at 9 a.m. till 4:30, and now I have all that free time to do stuff. Oh, the career stuff that came up afterwards. So, oh, that guy. So I really backtracked. Anyways, so in the last 30 minutes of training, oh yeah, there was that guy with the 4 appointments. He was like feeling stumped. And I was like, hey, how's it going? And he's kind of like, it feels like he's like sweating a bit. He's like, yeah, it's all right. Cause like he got 4 appointments already, like an hour ago or something. It's like just suddenly for the next, like for the rest of it, he was just getting either no one picking up after no one picking up, or like a rejection or something. I don't really know. I wasn't paying too much attention at first because I was just so in my head trying to figure out, is this right for me? And then I started picking up. I was like, oh, I feel his confidence isn't doing great. So I was like, hey, well, like, who are the 4 people you called? And he's like, oh, these people. I'm like, they're definitely gonna call back, like, or no, they got appointments. So I was like, they're definitely gonna give you more references, like you really just need 4. And like the people who didn't call you, like didn't pick up today, like today's Friday, that makes sense. Like, maybe Tuesday or Thursday, like different days where people are less busy, stuff like that. I was like, if I can't be a leader for these guys permanently, I wanted to try to be the best leader I could be, even though I was anxious and like freaked out and sad that I was about to let everyone down by just quitting. Like all these thoughts in my head, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I feel like I'm letting people down and whatnot, but I gotta still be who I am, and who I am is like someone who wants these people to thrive and do well. And so I was like, maybe that, I almost said his name, but maybe this guy just needs like a bit of a nudge of positive like words. And like, I was at a pretty low point, so like my words didn't sound sun mushy. They sounded like same vibe of like low vibes of like trying to say positive things. So it sounded like I was just saying them, but like I truly believed them. It was just like hard for sorry. It was just hard for me to keep my vibes high in the environment because I had been questioning my own confidence there that whole time. But the whole point of that place is that they build you up, and the words surrounding us, like, oh, it was actually really nice. I actually did really enjoy the experience, like pretty much overall. And the knives are so good. They're just very expensive, and I cannot afford them, and I will get them someday, but only once I have all the other necessities that I need to get, like clothes, the fluoride-free toothpaste, food that's good for me, because the food in my house day in day out is like pretty bad. But these things are coming up. So anyways, that's how the day ended. And then like at the end of the training day, he was like, so why do you feel it's not for you? And I just kind of explained like intuitively I feel it's not. Also, everyone on my list I don't like. Like I also had like taken blows to my confidence because I had to talk to people who I know don't really like me. But I only talked to one person, one of my mom's friends, and I just wish I didn't call her. But I loved calling my best friend's mom. I set up an appointment, and I told her this morning, I was like, hey, I already quit, but do you want to hang out anyways? And of course she was down, so I'm gonna go visit her later. And the other appointment I set up was with my dad. I called him, I was like, hi Dad, I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow and do an appointment. And he was like, okay. I was like, bye. And so I just got home and told him, like, yeah, no, there's no appointment. I quit. So, yeah, I didn't just, like, set up a bunch of appointments. I figured it out pretty quick. And so, the manager guy, he was like, oh, well, just call me later tonight if you've changed your mind, or just, like, let me know anyways. I was like, yeah, for sure, I'll call you. And so I got home and I saw my neighbor's best friends, the Gonzaleses, and I told them, and well, and he was like, what? Why? Why'd you were so excited, like 2 days ago, I drove you there. And I was like, I know, and I explained all this stuff. He was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, I have to call the guy, and let him know, like, yeah, I'm not coming back. He was like, no, you don't have to call. And Michael, I'll be comfortable with these guys because they're all chill, and like we're very close, like we're in each other's personal lives. So these are going to be names you're going to hear a lot on this channel. So let me tell you something about Michael. Anytime I have advice or have stuff going on, like, oh, twin flame, I'm in separation, he's like, just never text them. And I'm like, but I care. And he's like, no, they suck. Like, they don't matter anymore. I'm like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do. So like, trust me, if you met him, you'd get what I mean. He's actually a really good friend. And a good brother, cousin, neighbor, everything. So I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to call him afterwards, let the manager guy know that I'm not gonna work there. And he's like, no, just don't call, just don't show up tomorrow. I was like, no, Michael, like, this is my path, I do this thing. And he's like, no. So I love Michael, he's the best. And Charles and Mariella, and Mariella, she's also like one of the Gonzaleses, and she's in the Navy, and so I got a letter from her. And, you know, shout out to her letter. I'll just like, woo, here it is. Yeah. And I just love it. And so I wrote a letter back, of course, and I sent it out something days ago. Kind of already forgot which day. But now I finally have time with all this stuff. Talking at the Gonzaleses, I was there, I told Charles, he came downstairs, and I was like, yeah. I was like, but man, you know, I really wish Mocha Tea House would reach out to me. That's this bubble tea place. I was like, I really feel like it's a good fit for me. They always play music I love, like it's my music there. And then he was like, you know, I have to go buy a bubble tea right now for Kim, actually, his girlfriend. And I was like, whoa, synchronicity. Like, they go to bubble tea a lot, but like, it was fun because I was like, that was the day I was like talking about it. And so we went there. Sure enough, this person working there, Diana, she's really cool. Oh, I don't know how I feel about saying her name because I don't know. We're not like. Anyways, she's just this person who works at the bubble tea place who I thought was the owner, but I guess she's not, but she's close with them or something. But I talked to her, I was like, hey, she's like, hey, welcome back, like, do you still want hot tea? And I was like, no, not that, it's summer now. And so she and I both laughed. She, like, knows me and my family, because, like, we go there a lot, and so she knows most of our orders. Me, my younger brother, Caden, like, she knows a lot of our orders. So she's like, welcome back, long time no see. She's so sweet. I need to go back and get a bubble tea again. Just be like, hi. And it's going to be cold, of course, because it's hot out now. But, she was just like, can you memorize stuff? And I was like, yes. And she's like, okay, write your name, your number, your email. Like, I'll text the people at the other location. They're really hiring at the other location. This one too, of course. But yeah, I was like, whoa, yeah, like I'm really excited. So just so you guys know, I think bubble tea is where I'm headed, as I felt already like 2 months ago. So that's funny how it like comes full circle. And there's some other places that I'm still gonna look into. Namely this game store, Retro Game Trade. It's really cool. It's retro games. They don't really have current games like PS4, Xbox One, whatever. They just have really, really cool games from the past that I love, and like consoles too. So yeah, that's an update on everything going on. Oh, and after I stepped out of the office place, the training, and like said, I don't think I'm coming back tomorrow. And he's like, okay, well, call me anyways. As I stepped out, you know, the moment I got out of the door, I was like walking, and I was like, yeah, this is stupid tie. And I like took off the tie. I was like, yeah, no more to this tie. I got in the car, and like all of a sudden, all my Spotify music was all like, going home, going home. You know, this job at Cutco wasn't for you. Like, I mean, those weren't the lyrics, but like that's what all the songs were like. They were like, yup. And like I saw so many orange cars in my life, and if you guys know, like, orange is a big sign for me. I feel very connected with my twin flame when I see orange stuff, and I've always loved orange like things ever since I was little. And it wasn't because it's my favorite color, because it's not. I don't know, it's not. Blue, orange, and green are all my favorite colors, but it really goes like blue and green are like really back and forth. I'm like, woo, but blue really takes the cake. I don't know, I'd even say I like red more than orange for some reason, but I don't know, I love all the colors, but like, I do love oranges, I do love orange cars, I do love like orange, like honey, like I freaking love honey. Like the thing I would eat all the time ever since I was little was literally honey sandwiches. It would just be bread with honey or peanut butter and honey. But like, even with if we were out of peanut butter, like if we were out of honey and there's a peanut butter sandwich, I'm like, what am I even eating? But if we're out of peanut butter and it's a honey sandwich, I'm like, oh yeah, pure sugar. Okay, good. I freaking loved honey, man. And I love bears, which are associated with honey, of course. Just so you guys see the evidence. So we've had these ever since I was little because I absolutely love Brother Bear. It was is my favorite like Disney movie of all time. I might add that song to my playlist and just like jam out to it every once in a while. You know that song that's like, tell everybody I'm on my way. Just can't wait to be whole. Like that, yeah. I just love that song. So yeah, I'm gonna do some other things with my day, of course. I did say this is like a lucky day, like taking Lucky out, because he's been patient. There we go, yeah. Hi, Lucky. He's been patient. Hi. And so, I'm definitely gonna... Because yesterday I was gone all day. I was at the training, and I came back, and he was just, like, chilling, and I was like, I wonder if anyone took you out. But they definitely did. I feel that vibe. Because I did ask my brother, and he said he would and stuff. And so, he cares about animals and remembers things. So, yeah. But yeah, so my day is dedicated to him. That's why I'm doing stuff in the morning. So I'm going to do the tarot reading after I upload this video. And by upload, I mean get it onto my computer and, oops, sorry, Lucky, and starting the upload. And then I'll do the tarot reading. Yeah. And then I'll like do all my other day stuff. And then after my day stuff is done, I might do even another reading at night. And by maybe, I mean like definitely, because I really want to. So if you guys are curious and you get this far into the video, my reading is going to be about love, because this is a love deck, and I feel like there's going to be some really good messages out there for people. Yeah, and I hope they don't just all resonate with me. It's cool if they do, so long as it's like going to resonate with others. But yeah. We'll see. So that's all like pretty much the updates going on, and basically, yeah, the giveaway, I thought about it and it's still going on. I'm still gonna do it anyways. Definitely gonna wait till like Tuesday, Wednesday to start buying the things, and then start asking people, and then like I have to figure out how to buy boxes. Shouldn't be that hard. Probably just go to a place and buy boxes and figure out how to ship these things out. So I'm going to research into that sometime this week, this coming week, because it's the weekend. Oh yeah, hope you're all having a good Saturday. Excuse me. I've gotten really good at saying excuse me, because my whole life I would just like burp and just like continue. But, you know, apparently that's like super rude and stuff, so I've learned through this channel to say excuse me. So, sorry, sorry guys, I'm a pretty burpy person. But, yeah, these are pretty much all my updates that I can think of. I was very busy figuring all this stuff out. Twin Flame Journey is going strong. I had a huge release last night of just emotions, talking to like one of my best buds, Calvin, my cousin, my brother, my friend, just everything. He's also on a twin flame journey, so it feels like we are twin flames, because we're so, but it's like, so twin flame, it's like you got a yin and a yang twin flames. So like he's a twin flame, but he's also like a yin or a yang. Honestly, I forget which is which. And so like we're both yins, so we're like twin flames, if that makes sense. It's like we're both twin flames on a twin flame journey, and so we're not like the two pieces that like would connect. Like divine feminine, divine masculine is what they say a lot online, like the two different types of energies in a twin flame journey. And you know, I actually do really feel that vibe. I'm not gonna lie, like I do feel like there's divine feminine, divine masculine. So me and Cal, yeah, I was like, oh no, I can't say his name, but like yes I can. So yeah, me and Calvin both feel as though we're like the divine feminine. Yeah, so we're both kind of just on this journey, and like we're just like learning so much. But like the emotional stuff just had so much to do with just like everything, really, just like the like connecting like my like what I was thinking of and feeling about just regarding all things in life, like a lot of other things, not just like my twin flame, because I already had that release about my twin flame like last Saturday, as you guys can probably recall if you like watched that video. If you're watching this one, you probably watched that one. But this release just had a lot to do with just like straight up just like suffering and like the amount of like how like I haven't given up on my life, and that a lot of people that I do know who almost did are still here and they didn't. So there was just like an emotional moment. He couldn't cry or anything. We were on the phone, but he would type while I talked, because he's in the Air Force, and it was like 2 a.m. over there or something, and his roommates are all asleep and like stuff like that. So like he was just listening to me, and he has headphones, so like my sobbing's not waking anyone up. So like it was just a very, very important moment with me and him, and I was like, oh, Calvin, I can't wait to see you, and we could just hang out in person, and I'm not the only one. Like basically like I got a new strain of weed, and it was just like, I was like not gonna lie, like drugs can be a very powerful outlet to like getting some strong emotions out there, and like a good example of like learning like overuse versus just like okay is like later that night I had to like drive my brother to Walgreens. I didn't have to, but I told him I would earlier, and so I come back home and like, you know, I'm like, do I want to sleep and rest and get ready for the next day, or do I want to smoke more? Because that was awesome, you know? The answer was like, I want to sleep, I want to rest. So it's like, this is for if anyone else is like using drugs in any way, or if you guys are thinking about it, whatever it is, just like be smart, do what's best for you. Be aware if it's like a dependency or something that's not really a constant and something that is helpful, because drugs can be a very helpful spiritual tool. Like they can, just like tarot cards, you know, just like with cards, like if I just like did readings every day, like cards, should I quit this job? Cards, should I go to this job? You know, if I just did that day in, day out, I would just be in my room flipping cards all day. So it's like the same thing with drugs. It's like if you're like, oh, like I need to cry, let's go smoke. Or oh, I need to not feel anything, let's go smoke. Like, oh, let's drink, whatever it is, you know. Oh, I need to do this, like, you know, it's like, then perhaps not. Like perhaps it's not like a strong, helpful tool at that point. I think I've talked about this a bit and like called it a magnifying glass. Anyways, I'm running out of storage space. So, yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Sending love and light. Hope you're all having a good Saturday. Peace out.